We get a lot of people on Instagram that ask a lot of questions, so let's go through some of them. So question number one, what is the difference between a semi-custom and fully custom home? Some people are confused on when we use that language.
A custom home is literally unique, one of one. You have semi-custom neighborhoods, builders like Toll Brothers, Christopher Homes, that you'll have 4 or 5 different models, and you'll have that semi-custom feel because you're able to come in and pick out your final finishes during your sales process.
I think that's great. Yeah. So it's the difference. It's just basically one is completely unique, no others are like it, and the other one
it's a one of one.
One of one. Yeah. So also, Brian, semi-custom versus custom. I noticed that you can always tell big time the exterior of the architecture because you'll kind of see similarities if it's a semi-custom, but
you go every 3 homes. It has the same entry, but they'll use a different stone on that one as opposed to that. So you still have that difference, or they may mirror like your kitchen in a house or your staircase is over here, and that's a new model. But the bones are the same, the construction process is the same, the details are the same. It's just your finishes are different, and then you have maybe 4 or 5 different plans, maybe more depending on how big of like the semi-custom neighborhood is.
Yeah, like when I'm driving to McDonald Highlands, for instance, I can tell right away where the custom homes and what are the semi-custom homes. You can tell immediately just because they kind of almost look like track homes sometimes. And then the custom homes, the architecture is always so different.
Every house is different.
Yeah. Can I buy my own materials in the remodel and new build phase? Like, can they buy their own materials?
I would highly advise against it because we've built relationships with our trade partners and our suppliers to where we get preferential pricing.
Right.
So by working with us, and why would you want to? Because that's a lot of headache. I mean,
but in your mind, it doesn't seem like it though. I've had clients who are like, it just seems so easy. This is not Amazon.
Yeah, let me give you a lumber takeoff that's 16 pages long that calls out every hardware bracket and make sure that you get those all ordered. That alone is a week's worth of work. Why would you want to go through that when you have your general contractor like us who will procure every material, make sure it gets there. If there's any damage, we'll warranty it.
Right.
They take care of it the whole process. And at the end of the day, the money you're gonna save is really not gonna be much because of our preferential pricing.
Because we have such big volume, they're able to give us a better price. So not only do we get a better price, then we're able to do all the management, the liability. If something comes in wrong, there's a lot of, in a custom home, I mean, or even in a big remodel, I mean, there's literally hundreds of items that come in.
Yeah.
It is a logistic nightmare. This box came in, this box didn't come in. Hey, what about this box? Hey, where did that box go? Who put that box there? It just turns into, it's like, no, like at the end of the day, I would say don't buy your own materials. Go through us because at the end of the day, you're gonna spend about the same amount and have zero headache.
Yeah, think if something doesn't show up and I have to message you and say, hey, we didn't get this light, we didn't get this fixture every time, that's gonna be really boring.
Or hey, this fixture's not working. Or we've had one time where somebody bought a fixture from Amazon and it had a potential thing because we caught it, but like you turned it on, the water fixture and the plumbing fixture and it just completely burst and you're like, oh my gosh, and then you looked at it and you're like, this is some cheap crap from China. Like,
yeah.
That stuff can happen if you're not careful and don't oversimplify it's not simple.
Yeah, and that brings it to quality too. Is like we know the quality products. We are not gonna put something that's gonna break to where we get a call back within a year. We're gonna make sure it's high, it's respected product and it's done right.
So this is a good question here. Can I do some of the work on my own? The answer, I'll answer this one. This answer is no. And the answer is, if you're gonna do the work on your own, there's no need to hire us. Now there are special occasions where we have somebody who is an electrician. They do that for their literal, that's their job. That's an exception. Or I've had people say, hey, can I demo the house myself first before you come in? Sure. If we're not there yet, I don't care. Demo the house yourself. But as soon as we step on that project, we are not allowing anybody else to go on that project because it causes way too many problems.
Too much liability. Yeah. Even with the electricians, like we'll make special occasions, and
it's a one-off of it, like
and it is one-off because what we would do in that situation, you're going to sign a lot of releases saying that we're not responsible if electrical fire happens in this house or whatever because it's not our vetted subs. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
And that's why I really don't like doing it at all.
Right. So. And the answer is the answer is no usually. Yeah. This one's a simple one. Why do I have to pay for plans? Because it costs money. That's why.
Really, and it costs money, and you got to picture your house as like a complicated Lego instructions. If I don't have those instructions on how to build it, I'm going to be bothering you all the time. There's going to be 100% change orders because you're not going to like something I did. The plans is gospel. That's what we build to.
And not only that, plans. We have a lot of people. It costs a lot of money for us to not to the clients per se, but like it costs a lot of money to get things, right. And you don't want to just start a project with crappy plans. But we can go out. That's a whole nother topic. Is there a cap on how large of a custom home you can build for us?
No.
Okay.
No, we can do 1 million all the way up to 20, 30 million.
Are you able to build a commercial space, not just a remodel?
Yes, we love them. Yeah, we do. We probably on average do about 6 to 10 a year commercial spaces, tenant improvements, and we love them. High-end restaurants, doctors' offices, dental offices.
Attorneys' offices, we've done a lot of those.
Yeah, so yeah, we're not just
We're
strictly.
getting ready to do one for a bank, so that's.
Yeah, we're not strictly just residential. We do commercial.
We're not cheap. We're not cheap commercial stuff.
We aren't. Like half the time, and we're being transparent with you, is if I'm coming in just to do a cookie cutter TI improvement, I'm probably not going to win the job because the guys that are in the commercial space 100%, we're all about the luxury end.
Yeah, if it's a luxury thing, like a lot of custom cabinetry and finished work and things, we have the skill set.
High-end restaurants all day.
How do I know if a remodel quote is accurate or inflated? Like if you're let's say that, put yourself in the shoes of our clients, how do you know if they're not jacking up the prices and screwing you over?
The first thing I would do is just basic math. Take the square footage of your home, divide it into that price, and see what they're charging you per square foot. From there, it's a red flag. I mean, on a typical remodel, let's say high end, you're anywhere from, correct me if I'm wrong, Lincoln, on this, $300 to $350.
It just depends. I mean, that's a very loaded question though. Like we always talk about this in general.
I know it's tough on the finishes.
But what I would do is it's simple. I would say, hey, I mean, everybody's doing this right now. Go to ChatGPT or Grok or whatever. Go ask it. Everything that we do adds up. The reason why I know that because I do it all the time. I'm like, okay, man, this seems like these drywall guys. Are the prices? Hey, how much is it typical for drywall? Da, da, da. And it comes back. And I'm like, oh no, they're right on page. Like it seems like to be they're right on what it should be. So I would use the technology and the AI and stuff to really challenge other people on what they're like. Like we had one client who's like, wait a minute, your overhead's like what was it, 21% or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's for a luxury remodel company. That's what it is. And then you look it up on Grok or ChatGPT, and it's like. It ranges between 18 to 33% or something like that. I'm like, exactly. Like, so at the end of the day, if I was our clients, I would do that type of research to make sure that you're not getting screwed on everything.
And also, yeah, the price per square foot too. If it's astronomical, you're like, what?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good basis to go off of.
Right. I mean, if all of a sudden somebody's charging $500 a square foot for a remodel, you're like, that seems just ridiculous. That's crazy when the houses are being built for $800 a foot or something. That's in the luxury stuff. But what are the hidden costs in remodeling or building a house?
For us, there really isn't any because we take that time through those same page, through working with our interior designers in-house, the engineers and architects to make sure there's no stone that's over.
And we're transparent.
Yeah, we're transparent.
Super transparent. Now
you're going to see it all listed out. So
now there are people who do have hidden costs. I don't know. We don't though. I mean, our costs are our costs.
No, we show our profit and overhead on the job.
Yeah, I have no problem showing people. Yeah, we try to net between 8 to 10%. That's our goal.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing to hide. We're not making 600% on a job. Do permits in Las Vegas take a while?
It depends on the economy. Really, right now, you're on an average home. You're about
for a new build.
For a new build, you're probably about 6 to 8 weeks, which is pretty standard. During when the economy was booming, tracks were going like crazy. You could be anywhere from 3 to 6 months. Currently, right now in the market, I'd say it's about 2 months.
This is a good one. I can answer this one. How does Kingdom & Co. protect clients from budget creep? The key is making sure your project director and your interior designer are on the same page and making sure they'll talk to you and be like, hey, if we want to do this and this, it's going to add an extra $20,000 to your budget. Or if we do this and this, or hey, this appliance package, instead of it being $30K, it's going to be $50K. Are you sure you want to go about that? So we call them temperature checks. There's a lot of times you do temperature checks. And we've had clients sometimes who are like, you know what, I just want to do it the way I want to do it. I don't care if it's 20% over budget, I'm doing it. And there's some clients who are like, I cannot go over budget.
Well, and that's the value of having those temperature checks. We're not just meeting to do that bid presentation and they see that price and they get sticker shock. They have an idea before they even go to that room where we're about.
What does luxury mean beyond expensive materials? Like, what does luxury even mean? Because people think luxury just means expensive.
Well, it's
a really good question.
To me, I think the number one thing is the craftsmanship of that expensive material. Yeah, granted, I can put, this beautiful.
The cabinetry,
we'll do some beautiful walnut cabinets, but if the carpenter doesn't know basic joinery and you have gaps everywhere, and yeah, granted, you paid $150,000 for those cabinets, but a $10,000 install, and it looks like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen it happen sometimes. Like we've been to homes up in McDonald Highlands. I won't name any of the builders or whatnot, but we've walked through some of the homes because we always like to see what our competitors are doing. And sometimes you walk in there and like some of them are amazing. Like I've been to some where I'm like, oh my gosh, incredible work, great job, guys. And then sometimes you walk in and you're like, this is an $8 million home or $12 million home, and you're going, yeah, there's gaps everywhere. The cabinets, you open the cabinets and there's like, they're just cheap cabinets, and you're like, oh my gosh, like what is going on here? Like what is happening? And you can tell, are they just here to flip it and make money, or Are they really trying to make a good product? You know?
Yeah, so luxury to me, number one thing is the craftsmanship, and then it's also the execution. Is like we build those schedules. We're always looking to grip on those schedules, get ahead of them, and that does set us apart. Is because we're able to still give that high quality product in an efficient amount of time per the design.
Right, and having a luxury experience, I say would go with that.
Yeah, like we want you to feel warm and bubbly the whole time, and that's not just a sale ploy. That's like it's a good experience. Like, why would I want you to have any type of contention towards me? Because the whole job will go south. We won't have a good experience. We need to be friends. We need to work through this and be advocates for each other.
How often will I get updates during my project?
So we're kind of overkill in this department because we feel communication is so important to the customer experience. On a job site, you'll have a superintendent who's responsible for the whole job. Then you have a project manager who's responsible for that individual. And then there's even one more layer with the production manager. So the superintendent is responsible for daily communication through whether it be our job tread portal, text message, or face-to-face. The customer needs to know what's going on daily. The PM...
Don't they do daily logs though, on job tread?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's part of their daily communication,
Right.
is that daily log. And then you have the layer of the project manager who will meet face-to-face with the super once a week to see if there's any issues. Maybe the customer's in a spot where they're not happy with what the super's doing and he needs a space to be able to tell the PM. This allows them to do that.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is basically you have people they have a portal that they log into. They get updates daily with pictures and photos.
Pictures, photos, the schedule gets updated, so they see like, hey, framing line item, we're 60% done with framing. The next day, we're now up to 64%. They know each line where we're at.
And then we have weekly walkthroughs with the clients. That's really powerful. And then from there, we're just constantly telling them what's going on. So it's like, to me, it's like you said, it's overkill, but to us, it's a benefit. How do you select subcontractors and ensure their quality? Let's do that. Did that in 30 seconds. How do you do it?
First off, I check reputation. I go with the Better Business Bureau, Nevada State Contractors Board, to see if there's any files against them. And then again, I vet them. I call them. I like to meet with whoever their head of production is and get, again, like we do with other homes, get previous addresses to go look at their work, talk to the customer, make sure they're good.
Most of our contractors we've been using for 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, we have a very great trade pool of relationships that have gone on for so long that really there's no reason for us to bring on any new subs unless those guys are retiring or going out of business.
Good. Last question. What does a realistic project timeline look like? I think you hit that on job tread. They have a portal they go to. How does that work?
Yeah, you'll always be on job tread, be able to see where we're at in the process. So as far as this question, is it like just on average?
Yeah, I mean, just like a realistic budget, or timeline. Like if I came to you and said, hey, Brian.
So I'm building a home for you. Let's say it's 4,500 square foot, single story. I can build that in a year. I come to you, we're doing a new kitchen remodel, just kitchen, maybe a couple bathrooms, I could do it in 3 months. It just depends on the scope and the size of the project. Obviously, we're always, like I use that word grippage, we'll build that baseline schedule, but we're always trying to beat it. We're trying to be ahead of it. We don't ever want to be behind on something because then we're slipping. Right,
like you're famous for that. I mean, you got a job done. It took you 9 months to get a job done, and that was supposed to take a year because you're just on top of your guys, constantly playing chess, 3 moves ahead. But giving these clients these timelines, and then not only that, they have a portal where they go on their job tread portal and they go, oh wow, look, like this is where we're at today. Oh man, we got pushed 2 weeks because there was this problem here. They can see it live.
They'll see it in the daily report, and they'll see it because you have that baseline schedule. Anytime we modify that schedule, you're going to get notified. So we can't just be adding time without you knowing.
All right, so those are the questions.
All righty.
Many more to come, I'm sure, but I think we hit a lot of really important discussions and answering a lot of questions that a lot of people have in this residential construction,
high-end remodel. Yeah, I agree.